Dirty Dan. I don't know what you mean. I'm Dirty Dan.
It's absolutely amazing.
I'm Dirty Dan.
Whoa, Dirty Dan.
Let's see what the deal is.
I give up! I go for Cocoa Puffs! There's no escaping chocolatey Cocoa Puff.
I've always thought there was something strange about Cocoa Puff commercials. Most kids' cereal commercials are pretty straightforward. There's a fun, wacky mascot character who wants a certain type of cereal and has to overcome some kind of obstacle to get it.
Hand over those delicious Lucky Charms! Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids!
It's pretty basic stuff. But the thing that's strange about Cocoa Puff commercials is that Sonny the Cuckoo Bird isn't trying to get the cereal, he's actively trying to avoid it.
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs? You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me!
If you think about it, Sonny is kind of a struggling addict who's desperately trying not to relapse, but fails every time and ends up destroying whatever building he's in and terrifying the people around him.
Can't control myself? I'm going Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs! Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs!
Cocoa Puffs are literally ruining his life.
Nigga was addicted to that shit, and he was like, oh, it's always around me, get it away, but I love it. Damn, I didn't think about that till right now. That's kind of wild. That's actually kind of wild. I didn't think about that shit. That's tough. My nigga was a fucking addict. He was a fucking fiend. That was All-Star Game. Hello, nah. Everyone was like, no, All-Star gonna be trash. Then everyone, the best hockey scene in decade for sure. Yeah, it's supposed to be crack. Crack and cocoa. But the kids kept trying to serve him. That's what I'm saying. Here, Sonny. No. Here, Sonny, just have a little bit. Just a little bit of crack won't hurt you. Come on, Sonny. Just try some. That's fucked up.
And I think it's kind of weird that that's how General Mills chose to advertise their cereal for children. But whatever. These are just silly 30-second kids commercials that are all essentially the same. There's no plot or world building. There couldn't possibly be anything here worth theorizing about. Right? What if I told you that beneath the surface of these colorful cereal advertisements is one of the most dark and complex underlying narratives I have ever seen in a piece of media? A hidden story of addiction, war, betrayal, and a massive conspiracy about the world Sonny lives in that no one has discovered before today. I promise you that after this, you will never be able to watch a Cocoa Puff commercial the same way again. This is the Cocoa Puffs Conspiracy.
So is Buddy for Tricks trendy?
Car accident! I should call my lawyer.
Trust me.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hi, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Alex Bale of
Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan is the biggest injury. $20 billion. Morgan was able to that I was injured. Oh, wait. How much is complete how to hire a lawyer? It's a couple clicks. You can, and remember, it's moral.com/barcode with your
Morgan.
Also, this video is not sponsored by Cocoa Puffs or General Mills, and I am not trying to make any claims about the real-life Cocoa Puffs brand. I am just theorizing about...
He said, what the fuck this guy's making paper Morgan at? That's what I'm saying. I only seen that shit on, like, actual, like, TV.
Fictional lore in commercials for fun and entertainment purposes.
No, I think Trix was actually like LSD or psychedelics or whatever, because he used to see all type of fucking crazy shit when he used to get it. Yeah, the Trix bunny used to act like more, kind of like he was tripping type shit.
Please don't sue me, General Mills. Bye.
I seen that shit on fucking cable too. My nigga, welcome down, Walter. What's the word, my G? Yes, sir. Oh, hold on. Not too much, though. This nigga gonna dip, you know what I'm saying? He can't have too much of an intro. What's good, my G? Nah, I'm in this bitch. What's good, my Google? He's like, oh, shit, this nigga really live. Yes, sir, bro. Yeah, I'm in this thing. That's so crazy. I just talked about that the other day. And I was like, it's wild that motherfuckers got to check before You know what I'm saying? Beforehand now. I'm not even gonna answer that question, but what's good, bro? Welcome in, welcome in. We just we doing some Nicky nerd time. We're dissecting some shit. It's Weird Game Wednesday. So we watching some weird shit. We doing a Cocoa Puff conspiracy. Then I'm gonna play some weird ass games. Yeah, we got weird games, weed, weird. The bird world. That's where chicken
The very
from.
first commercials for Cocoa Puffs aired in 1958 and originally featured 3 children instead of the iconic cuckoo bird as their mascot.
All aboard for the Cocoa Puffs train. Ding, ding!
It wasn't until 1962 that Sonny made his first appearance as the bird who goes cuckoo whenever he sees Cocoa Puffs.
I've been drink free for a little while. Word, I've been drink free for 24 hours, bro. So I've been drink free for a little while. Hell yeah, I gave my my liver a little break, and also because I was tired and I had a headache. But that's what's up. Yeah, we've been cooling, we've been vibing.
Watch out because I'm Cocoa Puff.
This format was very successful, and Sonny has been the mascot for the brand ever since. Since then, he's gone through many redesigns, but the basic premise.
Shots in our support for Sonny. I ain't gonna lie, Sonny is going through it, yo. Just look how he's looking at that bowl of, yeah, he's, damn, bro. Sonny going through it. If we did, oh man, I would be fucking destroyed. If I did it like a drinking game out of this shit and did a shot for every time this nigga goes cuckoo. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
Has always stayed the same. Sometimes he's joined by children, sometimes he's with his grandpa, but he always ends up going cuckoo for Cocoa.
You fuck with that shit though? He nigga said, I am goon. You see that shit? He says, that Groot? That is Groot, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I did a few quality of life changes. I see you notice the shit, bro. I got some, you know what I'm saying? Little changes, some sounds, some woo-wapty bams or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, that ain't Groot. That's Goon. That is Goon. Oh, wait. Did I not fix this one? Oh, they didn't stick because it fucking, I gotta add my other ones. It didn't stick because, yeah. Shit had, lagged out. BRB. Oh, yep. It didn't fucking stick. I have to do it again later. What it is. Ghetto gaggers on the side. You know what I'm saying? Top tier. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's Goon up there.
Cocoa Puffs, despite his best efforts to avoid them.
Up here, I won't go cuckoo for my favorite cereal. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
It wasn't until 2004 that Sonny got his most iconic redesign that he's still known for today. And it's these commercials that I'm going to be focusing on for this theory. The more modern Cocoa Puff commercials give access to the world that Sonny lives in, a society inhabited by intelligent talking birds.
No chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos, part of this good breakfast.
And it's surprisingly complex for just being the backdrop of kids' cereal commercials. They have their own bird cities, bird airports, bird legal systems, they even have a bird military.
Extra chocolatey puffs.
Who authorized more chocolatey?
Why do the Cocoa Puff commercial birds need a military? Like, who are they fighting? Are there bird wars? And the entire bird world seems to run on Cocoa Puffs. All the grocery stores sell are Cocoa Puffs. If you go to the opera, they're singing about
Whoa. They're singing. That's not what they're singing about. Crazy timing. Nigga, what? Hey, yo. That's fucking wild. Yo, when they go to the opera, they're singing about Nick, bruh. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy as shit. That's not what. That's not what they're singing about, bro. But yeah, the whole. got all these other sounds and you want to use that one? That's hilarious, bro. Out of pocket, but amazing timing. But hilarious.
This box right here.
But yeah, that ass, it all runs on crack.
Cocoa Puffs.
Even the
But it's not
media
the-
seems to be run
But that
by
timing
Cocoa
was.
Puffs.
Extra, new chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
So obviously, this is a very difficult place for someone trying to beat a Cocoa Puff addiction. No matter what Sonny does or where he goes, he cannot avoid Cocoa Puffs. He tries to ask people for help, but all they want to do is talk about how great Cocoa Puffs are.
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs? Why would you want to escape it? Cocoa Puffs are munchy. Crunchy. Stop it!
The only person willing to help him is Gramps, his trusted grandpa who's been with him since 1962.
Yeah, that's literal hell. If everything around you is like running off of crack, and you're like, bro, I'm tired of being on crack. Why are you tired of crack? Crack is great. Like, no, nigga, I'm tired of this shit. Yeah, that nigga be sick.
Keeps a leave
Hell.
Cocoa. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Perhaps?
I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs?
Don't go Cocoa on me, boy.
But even with his help, it's not enough. He tries to go to the store, or the opera, or in a plane, or a deserted island, but wherever he goes, Cocoa Puffs is already there.
Cocoa Puffs!
Sonny even tries to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs, but it doesn't work because apparently
Imagine filing a restraining order. Crack is amazing. The fuck? Imagine filing a restraining order against crack. I mean Cocoa Puffs. I mean crack. Yes, crack. That's wild. You know what? I still think it's fucking crazy. Bueno Excelente is from Section 8. I hate that he exists. And I hate that that you told me about that nigga. Yeah. You fucking asked. I did. I hate that I hate that he exists, but I hate that you told me about him. Yeah. And I did tell somebody to have a Bueno Excelente day. And it was like, oh yeah, you too. And I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna have a good one. It was like, nah, but I'm gonna have a good one. And they were just like, they thought I was being funny. But I was like, nah. It was funny as shit, bruh. Like, I was like, have a Bueno Excelente day. And they said, oh, you too. Nah, I'm gonna have a good one though. It was immaculate. She ain't know why the fuck I was laughing. Made me laugh even harder. It's a great insider. Everyone working harder because of crack. Dead ass. Who the most Diddy DC member was, and I gave the best answer. Yeah, it wasn't hip. Wasn't hip at all, bro. And don't even have teeth. So that's true. Well, this nigga do. Wait a minute. No teeth, but this nigga do.
apparently they're too delicious.
I find you guilty of being delicious.
Sonny is a very tragic character because of just how much Cocoa Puffs are an inescapable, fundamental part of this world. But it isn't always like this. Occasionally, there are these weird outlier commercials that show a different side to this world, where we see these little moments where the bird citizens are just as afraid of Cocoa Puffs as Sonny is. The first time I noticed this was in a commercial for the new Cocoa Puffs chocolate and vanilla combo cereal.
Extra, new chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal!
It opens with a newspaper boy announcing the new cereal, but for the first time, people seem kind of disinterested in Cocoa Puffs and just walk past him. And then the commercial takes a very sudden turn.
When chocolatey and vanilla E combine, there's no escape.
Two massive Cocoa Puffs in the sky crash into each other and begin raining down Cocoa Puffs all over the city. The people start screaming and running for their lives as the entire city is consumed by chocolate and vanilla.
Don't go, Cocoa! Don't go, Cocoa!
But after Sunny goes cuckoo, we cut back and see that everyone is now enjoying the cereal.
New chocolatey and vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos, part of this good breakfast.
Now in bowls everywhere.
Something has changed. This is not a world where everyone has always loved Cocoa Puffs. I think that this is a world that has been taken over by Cocoa Puffs. And if you don't believe me, we get much more explicit confirmation of this in the commercial for the—
So Cocoa Puffs are some type of alien crack hybrid that just it's like a symbiotic alien brainwashing crack puff. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
The new chocolatey
I'm
explosion
listening.
puffs. I've kind of been holding off on showing this one because it is honestly the most insane commercial I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, you are not prepared for what I am about to show you. This commercial takes place inside of the Bird military headquarters, where Sunny, as a Cocoa Puffs expert, discusses the dangers of this new type of Cocoa Puffs that's exploding in people's homes.
I'm warning you, it's more chocolatey.
What do you mean more chocolatey?
Yeah.
Picture chocolatey Cocoa Puffs.
Okay.
Even more chocolatey than that.
And the military birds look terrified of this and are treating it like a major threat.
Extra chocolatey puffs?
Who authorized more chocolatey?
Just how chocolatey is it?
And what happens next is... I can't even describe it to you. You just have to kind of see it for yourself.
Even more chocolatey than that.
Just how chocolatey is it?
Cocoa Puffs. That's extra chocolate. Go for Cocoa Puffs. Go for Cocoa Puffs.
Sunny reveals he secretly brought a box of the explosive Cocoa Puffs into the meeting with him, essentially a bomb that he launches at the military, basically committing Cocoa Puffs domestic terrorism and flooding the entire room with chocolate. And afterwards, we see the main military guy again, except now he seems to be supporting the cereal.
Limited time only.
And even his military stars have been replaced with Cocoa Puffs. Sunny has essentially performed a coup and used Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, Sunny hit a coup d'etat. He hit one of them coup d'etats. A coup d'etat. Damn. He went straight to the military and was like, opened up his chocolate box and sprayed it all over them. And now they're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Want to hear something even more wild about the coup d'etat? What happened?
To take over the Bird military. These commercials are not about trying to sell cereal to kids. They're about the hostile takeover of the bird world from within. But why is Sunny doing this? I thought he was just some guy trying to escape his addiction.
You gotta keep Cocoa Puffs away from me.
Why is he suddenly a sleeper agent?
Cocoa Puffs was not good when it first dropped. It got popular in the 1990s, right around the time crack epidemic was slowing down. So they reintroduced it into the cereals, huh?
Working for Cocoa Puffs in this commercial, and who is really behind this takeover?
Yeah.
So, at this point, you might be thinking that these are all just a bunch of random, incoherent, one-off commercials with no continuity or logic behind the things happening. You know, they're just a bunch of wacky, random skits made to sell cereal to kids, and we shouldn't really try to understand them. And you'd probably be right until they released a single commercial that fundamentally changed everything we thought we knew about this world. In fact, this commercial gives us so much new evidence that it is the entire reason I decided to make this theory. Let's take a look.
Cocoa Puffs experiment. How long does it take?
And they had army mascots who make her the government on
this
guard.
Commercial looks and feels very different than the others. Instead of a bird city,
how long did?
Let's take a look.
Cocoa Puffs experiment. How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
Immediately, this commercial looks and feels very different than
running
the
tests
others.
on this
Instead
nigga.
of a bird city, we're inside of a very advanced-looking laboratory where Sunny is apparently being experimented on with Cocoa Puffs.
Begin countdown now.
So chocolatey! I'm Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs! Cocoa Puffs!
As expected, Sunny goes cuckoo and destroys the lab, but in the final moments of the commercial, we pull back to see who's really running the show. Humans. Humans are the ones behind this experiment. This world that we thought was only inhabited by intelligent bird people also has humans in it. And now, with this context, we can finally start to put all the pieces together.
The government made the crack. The government made the crack. Gave it to the Birdmans.
So here is my theory. This is a world where advanced intelligent humans and bird people separately coexist as global superpowers. And I believe humans are the ones who created the Cocoa Puffs. I think we can assume this because we can see humans are running a lab that is clearly making and testing Cocoa Puffs. We can even see the chemical structure for Cocoa Puffs on the monitor. So that means that humans are responsible for giving Cocoa Puffs to bird society. And clearly their intentions are far beyond just diplomatic trade. Remember what they were testing for.
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? They are specifically testing how addictive the cereal is, meaning humans are intentionally trying to create the most addictive product they can. In the world of these commercials, Cocoa Puffs are not just a delicious breakfast item. They are a weapon created by humans to brainwash and control an enemy nation's population. The fictional in-universe cereal is what I mean, not the real-life Cocoa Puffs. Please don't sue me, General Mills. We are witnessing an interspecies war between humans and birds, where humans are launching giant Cocoa Puffs at the cities and planting sleeper agents inside of the military. Why is this inside of a cereal commercial?
4 seconds.
So these commercials are telling the story of this global Cocoa Puffs war. But I think they're telling it out of order, and this lab commercial is at the start of the timeline, showing us the creation of Cocoa Puffs. The humans used Sunny as a guinea pig to create an extremely addictive cereal, and they even made him the mascot on the box to help sell it to other birds. But why would Sunny go along with this? Well, he doesn't exactly have a choice. Like everyone else, he's just a victim being controlled by the addictive, brainwashing properties of Cocoa Puffs. All they have to do to activate his programming is just say his 3 trigger words: munchy, crunchy, chocolatey, and he goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Why don't we discuss your home? Your real home.
Желание. Двенадцать.
Развед. Sleeper crack agent, right?
Солдат.
Я готов отвечать.
Cuckoo for
He
Cocoa
is the
Puffs.
human's perfect sleeper agent, and believe it or not, this has all actually been foreshadowed since the very first Cocoa Puff commercials. Remember how I said the original 1958 commercials only featured children instead of a bird? Well, that wasn't entirely true.
Or Sunny.
Forward for the Cocoa Puffs train.
In the kid's home, we can see a cage holding a bird. From the very start, Sunny has always been a prisoner to humans. And even the 70s commercials show us that it was humans who first got Sunny addicted.
Puff, puff, Cocoa Puffs.
Damn.
Eating Cocoa Puffs. Munchy, crunchy, chocolatey. Cocoa Puffs. Yahoo!
And if you're still not convinced that this is an intentional hidden narrative inside of these commercials, then let me ask you
That's crazy.
this. Why did they choose to make the mascot of their cereal a cuckoo bird? Sure, it's partially because cuckoo sounds like cuckoo, but I think there's a deeper reason. What are cuckoo birds? They're brood parasites. Instead of raising their young, they secretly lay their eggs into the nest of other bird species, and once the baby cuckoo hatches, they proceed to kill the other birds and take over the nest from within.
The cuckoo chick instinctively pushes out any other eggs in the nest.
They are literally the sleeper agents of birds. This is exactly what's happening in these commercials. Humans secretly inserted Sonny into bird society, and he took it over from within, just like a cuckoo bird. And the humans didn't just randomly insert Sonny into any old nest. Take a look at the commercial where we see Sonny's grandpa's house.
He keeps Shelly from going cuckoo. I'm gonna like
yeah, recreationally.
They're in a hallway full of what I assume are family photos. And if you look closely, you can see a picture of the main military bird. The humans inserted Sonny into a family with a high-ranking military officer, which allowed Sonny to use that connection to get into the military headquarters and perform the coup.
The coup d'etat. Coup d'etat.
And it worked. Everyone hit by Cocoa Puffs instantly loves them. They own the military, their entire economy and legal system runs on Cocoa Puffs. Humans
Literally
have
runs
essentially
on that shit.
colonized and taken over all of bird society. They won. So
Damn, chicken.
now that the war is
It's
over,
crazy.
I guess the next question is, what
Why?
happens to Sonny? Well, he's not a prisoner anymore. He's free to live a normal life in a world controlled by humans and eat all the Cocoa Puffs he wants. Except now,
Yeah, I seen that
unlike
shit
all
too.
the birds around him, he desperately doesn't want Cocoa Puffs.
You gotta keep Cocoa Puffs away from me! How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs?
But why? Because more than anyone else, Sonny knows the truth about this world. He knows all the horrible things humans have done to bird society, the horrible things he has done to betray his country. So, of course, he would try and reject Cocoa Puffs. But the world he lives in literally runs on the cereal. No matter where he goes, he can't escape his addiction. Remember, he even tried to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs in a bird court of law, but the judge refused to.
Brand, just for some backstory.
Wait a second.
Like, I feel you, bro. Because, like, I'm looking at this shit with a whole different eyes. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Dang. This is crazy. Every commercial, just another secret.
Why is the horrible things humans have done to bird society, the horrible things he has done to betray his country? So, of course, he would try and reject Cocoa Puffs. But the world he lives in literally runs on the cereal. No matter where he goes, he can't escape his addiction. Remember, he even tried to file a restraining order against Cocoa
them
Puffs in a
motherfuckers.
bird court of law, but the judge refused to. Wait a second. Why is the judge Sonny's grandpa?
Oh, shit. I didn't even notice that. Chocolate is thicker than blood.
Court now in session. I find you guilty of being delicious. Sonny, this is a...
Now I want to see what Rice Krispies say. Snap, crackle, pop. Actually, snap. Yo, I think we can go down there like a rabbit hole, a conspiracy of like, you know, General Mills food stuffs or whatever, or like cartoons, because like I'm actually into this. I'm not gonna lie.
fancy restaurant.
That is clearly Sonny's grandpa.
That
Even his
definitely is
nameplate
grandpa.
says Judge Gramps. Wouldn't that be like a major conflict of interest? Like, you can't just be a judge for your own family member's court case, right? And even if we ignore that, isn't Sonny's grandpa supposed to be the one character who's actually on his side?
He keeps Shelly from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room. Cocoa Puffs?
Sugar snacks,
Don't
bro.
go cuckoo on me, boy.
Why does he rule against Sonny when he's the only one who's been trying to help him beat his addiction? Maybe we need to take a closer look at Sonny's grandpa. In one of the commercials, we see Gramps trying to help Sonny by hiding the Cocoa Puffs.
I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Gramps?
I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
But immediately after, he says this.
I'm not Coco. Don't open that door then, cause there's munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs in there.
Look at him. He's clearly trying to tempt Sonny into getting the Cocoa Puffs. He even uses Sonny's exact trigger words and has a nefarious smile.
There's munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs in there.
Gramps doesn't want Sonny to beat his addiction. He just wants Sonny to think that he's on his side, but in reality, Gramps is manipulating him. But why? Because I think Sonny's grandpa is working for the humans. Sonny is the mascot for Cocoa Puffs, and if humans are going to continue to use Cocoa Puffs to control bird society, then they can't have the mascot on the box actively trying to avoid and discredit the cereal.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me! It turns everything chocolatey, and they make me go cuckoo.
So, they use someone close and trusted to Sonny, like his grandpa, to manipulate him into never breaking free of his addiction.
Well, they're munchy and crunchy.
Just look at Gramps' life. He's got a big house, he eats at fancy restaurants, and he's a powerful judge who can seemingly break whatever rules he wants. Gramps is thriving in this human-controlled bird society, and I think it's because he made a deal with the humans to betray his own grandson. And once again, Gramps profiting off of Sonny has been foreshadowed since the very first commercials.
Oil? We're rich. How you gonna get it up, Gramps? Sonny can't resist Cocoa Puffs. Here, Sonny. Yahoo!
Gramps, Sonny's only parental figure, has always been working against him.
Damn.
But that brings up something else that I've always wondered about. Why is Gramps Sonny's only parental figure? Where are Sonny's parents? Like, even if Sonny was a brood parasite inserted into this family, he'd still have parents before grandparents, right? It feels like someone's missing. This may seem like a pointless question to ask for how little backstory we're given about these characters, but there is actually a single insane hidden detail in one of these commercials that unlocks one final damning part to this theory. Remember those family photos that had the military guy in them? If you look closely, the hallway is full of different bird people, all with boxes of Cocoa Puffs, except for one photo that shows a female bird all by herself. And it's the only photo with no Cocoa Puffs. It's a really weird detail to include, but what's even stranger is that when Sonny is about to open the door to release the Cocoa Puffs, the photo changes to show the woman is afraid for Sonny. Sure, maybe this was just supposed to be a cartoony way to emphasize the danger, but then why is she the only photo that changes? The birds in the photo right next to her are completely indifferent to Sonny's struggle. This feels like the animators are intentionally trying to tell us something about specifically this female bird that we've never seen before. And trust me, I've checked. She doesn't show up in the background of any of the other commercials. So here
she the
is
only
the
one.
final part of my
She
theory.
really didn't like
I think
Cocoa Puffs.
this is Sonny's mother. Maybe his real mother, or maybe his adopted mother from the whole brood parasite thing. Just like Sonny, she was clearly aware of the dangers of Cocoa Puffs and wanted to avoid them. But unlike everyone else, why don't we see her in any of these commercials? I think it's because she tried to protect her son from the dangers of Cocoa Puffs, and the humans who needed Sonny for their plans murdered her because of it. These Cocoa Puff commercials are not just a bunch of funny little cartoons designed to sell cereal to kids. They are a complex, interconnected story about the horrors of war, addiction, family betrayal, and murder. And if after all of this, you still have the fucking balls to leave a comment saying, "Oh, Alex, I think they're just cereal commercials, you're overthinking this," then let me ask you this. Why did they decide to make the characters in these commercials birds? Birds can't eat chocolate. Chocolate is poisonous to birds. The entire bird world is slowly being poisoned by Cocoa Puffs so that humans are the only dominant species on this planet. Or maybe they're just cereal commercials, I don't know. Hello! Thank you for watching. I got a lot more of these stupid, very in-depth.
I'm not gonna lie. That was fucking fire, though. That was a very fire theory. We definitely need to do some more of them, Jones. That was good, because I feel bad for Sonny now, though, yo.